Justice Bintanyako's courtroom at the Federal High Court Abuja is filled with interested parties and lawyers in the suit instituted by the lawmaker representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti over her suspension by the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges. At the beginning of proceedings, Justice Bintanyako first delivered judgment on civil contempt. The judge found the lawmaker guilty of violating an order of the court made on April 4th, restraining parties from commenting on the subject of the pending suit. The judge held that by posting a satirical letter on her Facebook page on April 27th, while the April 4th order subsisted, she was in contempt of court. The judge said that since Senator Akpoti was found guilty of contempt in a civil case, she would not be sent to prison but made to pay a fine of 5 million naira to the coffers of the federal government. The lawmaker was also ordered to publish a public apology in 2 national dailies and on her Facebook page within 7 days. On her suspension, Justice Nyako held that Senator Akpoti was not speaking from the seat allocated to her during the Senate sitting on February 20. She was therefore not entitled to be heard. The judge held that although the Senate could suspend its members, it should reconsider the period of such suspension. She directed the Senate to recall Senator Natasha to give her the opportunity to represent her constituency and for her to also apologize to the Senate.
The court has held in a very erudite decision that the Senate has the right to suspend its members. The Senate also has the right. A member can only speak from the allocated seats, and that the derogative as to which seat belongs to any particular member is at the discretion of the Senate President, and no member can speak from a seat not so allocated to him or her.
The court only gave an opinion, an obiter dictum, what we call an obiter dictum, that the Senate should consider recalling her back. Although the reliefs are not stated, there's no question asking for suspension to be lifted because it occurred prior to the suspension. So it was more or less an obiter that she was of the view, my lord was of the view that the suspension was excessive.
A social activist, Aisha Yesufu, holds a contrary view of the judgment.
On the other issue, where the judgment is that the Senate should recall her, how does that work? The Senate has done something that is illegal. The Senate has done something that is against the law and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What the judge needed to do is to say that they have done the wrong thing and tell her to resume.
Over the next 7 days, the implication of the court's decision is expected to come to light. Emmanuela Ekele, Channels Television News.